Hello students, welcome to my channel. This is Rajiv Kumar Maurya and here I am going to teach you inverse variation chapter number 17 and of class 8. So student, before this you have studied about direct proportion or direct variation, direct variation or direct proportion. So before starting the inverse proportion, let me explain what is the direct proportion. Just suppose that if we increase any number by just taking out an operation. Suppose that we have two numbers 2 and 5. Okay student, here we have two numbers 2 and 5. So if we increase the one number by 4, then the second number will also increase by 4. Okay? Here we can see that both numbers are increasing with the same amount. So we say that 2 and 5, the given two numbers are in direct proportional, are direct proportional. So here we write if A and B are any two numbers, then we write A is directly proportional to B. This sign represents proportional, and the meaning of proportional is that the two numbers A and B are correspondence to each other. So here we say that the number A is directly proportional to B. That means if the one number A increases, then other number B will also increase in the same ratio. So here we say that the number A and B are directly proportional. And if we remove this proportionality sign, then we use a proportional constant in place of the proportionality sign, and we write here A is equal to K into B, where K is variation constant, where K is variation constant. Okay, so I hope what is the direct proportional or direct variation is clear to all students. Now let us see the inverse proportion. Let us see what is the inverse proportion. Just suppose that there is a task. There is a task that is to be done by 4 workers, by 4 workers in 2 days. Okay? Suppose that there is any task that is to be done by 4 workers in 2 days. And here, if we increase the number of workers by 8, that is, if we increase 4 workers, then we get 8 workers. And in this case, the number of days that required to complete this task is also reduced, and it will be take only 1 day. So here we can see that when the number of workers increases, the number of days required to complete the work is decreases. So here if one quantity increases, then the other quantity is decreases in the same amount. So such type of case is called inverse variation. So in general form we write if A and B are any two numbers, then we write A is inversely proportional to B. Then here we write A is inversely proportional to B, which means that if A increases, then B decreases in the same ratio. Okay, therefore it is called inverse proportional or inverse variation. Okay, so here A is inversely proportional to 1 upon B can also be written as A is equal to K upon B, where K is variation constant, where K is variation constant. Okay, I hope you have understood the inverse variation by just taking this example. Okay, so this is very suitable example to understand about the inverse variation. That if a task is to be done by the 4 workers in 2 days, and if we increase the number of workers, then it is obvious that the time required to complete the work is obviously decreases. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all. Now let us see some more example which represent inverse variation in our daily life. So in order to understand about the inverse variation, it is necessary that to correlate the inverse variation in our daily life by just taking some example. Just suppose that example of a door. This is the example of a door. As we know that what is the door? Door is a very essential part of the home. So if just suppose that this is the wall. This is the wall and the door is attached here like this, and the door is attached here. This is the door, and this is the handle. Here we can see that the handle of the door is have a perfect distance with the wall. Okay, the door is far away from this joint. This is because if the distance is greater between the handle and the joint, then we need less force to open or close the door. Okay, if the distance between door and the joint is maximum, then we need less force to pull or push the door. But if we decrease the distance between the joint and the handle like this, if we decrease this, then we need maximum force to pull or push the door. So here we can see that if the distance increases, if the distance increases, or you can say that if the distance is maximum, then the force required to open or close the door is minimum. Okay, if the distance is maximum, then the force required to pull or push this door is minimum. Or you can say that if distance increases, then the required force is decreases. Or if distance decreases, then the force required to pull or push the door increases. So here we can say that the distance t is inversely proportional to the force required. So here we can say that the distance is inversely proportional to the force required. That means if the distance increases, the force decreases in the same ratio. And if distance decreases, then force increases. Okay, so I hope you get the idea about inverse variation. So let's see some examples based on inverse variations. If there is a question, if 40 workers, if 40 workers can finish a job in 15 days, can finish a job in 15 days, in 15 days, then then how many workers required to complete the job, to complete the job in 8 days, in 8 days. Okay, students. So here a question is given which says that if 40 workers can finish a job in 15 days, then how many workers are needed to finish the same job in 8 days? So there is a very simple, here you can see that there are 15 workers that can finish a work in 40 days. Then how many workers are needed to finish the job in 8 days? So let us consider this is X. Okay. So here X workers are needed to complete the job in 8 days. So now let us see the solution of the question. Here in the problem, can see that if the number of worker increases number of days required decreases. Therefore, we have x1 is equal to number of worker, and this is equal to 40. y1 number of days, and this is equal to 15. Again, x2 number of increased worker, and y2 days required, and this is equal to 8. So now let us see the solution by using the formula. By using the formula, x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2, or we can write x1 x2 is equal to y2 y1. Okay, so here we need to find out the value of x2, and the value of x1 is 40. So we write here 40 upon x2 is equal to the value of y2 is 8 upon 15, and here we get 8 x2 is equal to 15 multiplied by 40, or x2 is equal to 15 multiplied by 40 upon 8, and when we solve it, we get, when we solve it, 8 1 ja 8, 8 5 ja 40, and this will give 15 multiplied by 5, and this is equal to 75. Okay, student. So here we need 75 workers to complete the work in 8 days. Okay, so I hope the solution of this question is clear to you all, and if you have any doubt or any question, then please go to the comment section and mention your doubt. I will clear your doubt in my next video, and in the next video I'll come with some new question. Okay? So if you like the video, then please share this to other students to take the benefit of this video, and subscribe my channel also. So till then, thank you very much and goodbye.